Welcome back to Max with RP. In the earlier videos on vectors, we had learned a lot of concepts and seen some examples. We'll do more problems today. Now, A vector is a unit vector. What does that mean? It means its magnitude is 1. So, modulus of A vector equal to 1. That is given to you. And you are also given 2 times x vector minus 3 times a vector dot 2 times x vector plus 3 times a vector equal to 91. Now, the property of a plus b, a minus b can also be used for the purpose of simplification. Okay? But we are dealing with vectors. So, this is nothing but 4 times modulus of x vector the whole square minus 9 times modulus of a vector the whole square equal to 91. But what is given about a vector? A vector is given to be a unit vector. And what is asked? You are asked to find the value of the magnitude of x vector. So a vector is a unit vector. So 4 times modulus of x vector minus 9 equal to 91. Therefore, 4 times modulus of x vector the whole square is equal to 100. Therefore, the length of x vector, the square of that is 25. So, modulus of x vector is equal to 5. Since it is length, I am writing it as 5 units. Is it clear? I hope you understood the calculations. Now, modulus of a vector is given to be 2. That means the length of a vector is 2 units. Modulus of b vector is given to be 3. That means the length of b vector is 3 units. And a dot b, the dot product of a vector and b vector is given to be minus 8. You are asked to find the value of modulus of a vector plus 3b vector. Okay. Whenever you are asked to find the sum of two vectors, you must always remember this property. A vector dot a vector is modulus of a vector the whole square. Okay. So, if I take the dot product of any vector with itself, then it is equal to modulus of a vector the whole square. So, we are going to use that here. I am going to look at the square of modulus of a vector plus 3b vector. Now, this is equal to a vector plus 3b vector dot a vector plus 3b vector. This is on further simplification. Modulus of a vector the whole square plus 9 times modulus of b vector the whole square plus 2 times 3 into a vector dot b vector. A plus 3b into a minus 3b, a plus 3b into a plus 3b, modulus of a vector the whole square plus 9 times modulus of b vector the whole square plus 2 into 3 into a dot b. Now this is equal to a vector is given to be 2. So this is 4. B vector is given to be 3. So b square will be 9. So you will get 81 plus 6 into a dot b. What is a dot b? Minus 8. So this is equal to 85 minus 48. I am sure this you can compute. 85 minus 48, 15 minus 8, 7, 37. Right? So the value of a plus 3b can be computed by looking at its square. So that is the technique that we are using here. Now, you have to find the angle between two vectors a vector and b vector with magnitudes root 3 and 2 respectively and a dot b equal to root 6. So, modulus of a vector is root 3, modulus of b vector is 2 and a dot b is given to be root 6. Now, you all know by definition a dot b is equal to ab cos theta. Okay. Now, what is it that you are asked? You are asked to find the angle between the two vectors a and b. You are asked to find theta. Now, a dot b is given to be root 6. A is root 3, b is 2. So, cos theta is equal to root 3 into root 2, which is root 6, by root 3 into 2, which is 1 by root 2. So, this implies theta equal to pi by 4 radians or 45 degrees. Is it clear? I have just written a dot b as ab cos theta. From that, if you know a dot b and you know the length of a and b, theta is determined. Cos theta is a dot b by ab. I have just substituted the values and simplified, and then we get cos theta is 1 by root 2, which means theta is 45 degrees. Look at the next problem. A and b are perpendicular vectors. If a vector is perpendicular to b vector, then a dot b is 0. A vector plus b vector is given to be 13. Modulus of a vector is given to be 5. You have to find modulus of b vector. This is the question. A is perpendicular to B is a given information. That means what? They are perpendicular vectors. Therefore, the dot product is 0. So, A dot B is 0. 0 is a scalar because dot product gives out a scalar. Now, modulus of A plus B is given to be 13. Modulus of the length of A vector is 5. You have to find the length of B vector. Okay. Now, I already told you, whenever you encounter such problems, whenever you are given the sum of two vectors, please look at its square. So, here I am going to show you something. Modulus of A vector plus modulus of B vector the whole square is equal to A vector plus B vector dot A vector plus B vector. How does this come? Even in the earlier slide I had told you A dot A is modulus of A the whole square. So, modulus of A plus B the whole square is A plus B dot A plus B. This is modulus of A vector the whole square plus modulus of B vector the whole square plus twice of A dot B. Okay, now modulus of A vector plus B vector the whole square is modulus of A vector the whole square plus modulus of B vector the whole square plus twice A dot B. Now this will be, okay, now the length of A plus B is 13, therefore this is 169. This is 25. This is what we need to find. We will keep it as x square. Now what is A dot B? 0. So x square equal to 144 or x is equal to 12. Okay. So modulus of B vector, the length of the vector is 12 units. Is it clear? I am trying to do simple sums first so that you get the hang of it. And once we are comfortable doing simple problems, we will pass on to slightly tricky problems. Now, if A vector and B vector are unit vectors, what is the angle between A and B for A minus root 2 times B vector to be a unit vector? So, A vector is a unit vector. So, modulus of A vector is 1. B vector is a unit vector. So, modulus of B vector is also 1. Okay, you have to find angle between A vector and B vector. What else is given? So, we are given this, and you are also given A vector minus root 2 B vector is a unit vector. So, modulus of A vector minus root 2 times B vector equal to 1. Okay, this is the given information. What is it you need to find? Angle between A vector and B vector. I have already told you, whenever you are given the sum, in this case it is a sum of A vector plus minus root 2 times B vector. Okay, it is important technique that you use is to by looking at its square. So, modulus of A vector minus root 2 times B vector, the whole square, will be equal to A vector minus root 2 times B vector dot A vector minus root 2 times B vector. This will be modulus of A vector the whole square plus 2 times modulus of B vector the whole square, because root 2B the whole square will be 2 times modulus of B vector the whole square minus 2 times AB. Okay, 2 times what will you get? A vector into root 2 times B vector. Now, what is A vector minus root 2 times B vector? It's a unit vector. Okay. So, this is 1. What are A vector and B vector? They are also unit vectors. So, you get 1 equal to 1 plus 2 minus 2 times root 2. A dot B is AB cos theta. But AB again, they are unit vectors. So, this will be 3 minus 2 root 2 cos theta. Okay. So, minus 2 is equal to minus 2 root 2 cos theta, which implies cos theta equal to 1 by root 2 or theta equal to 45 degrees. So, this is the technique in the last 3 sums that we have been doing. The technique that we are using is, whenever you encounter a sum or difference of two vectors, look at its square. When you simplify that, then solving such kind of problems becomes very easy. Now, sum of two unit vectors is a unit vector. Show that the magnitude of the difference is root 3. So, let us consider two unit vectors. Let us consider two unit vectors A vector and B vector. Now, modulus of A vector equal to 1, modulus of B vector equal to 1. Okay. Now, the sum of the two unit vectors is also a unit vector. So, modulus of A plus B is also 1. So, these are all the given information. What is it that we need to prove? The magnitude of the difference, that is modulus of A minus B, is root 3. This is what we need to prove. Okay. I am going to divide my page into 3 parts. Now, before we do this, we already saw modulus of A plus B the whole square is equal to a square plus b square plus 2 times a dot b, where a and b are the length. So I am just writing, instead of modulus of a vector the whole square, I am just writing a square. Modulus of a minus b the whole square will be a square plus b square minus 2a dot b. Instead of writing modulus of a, modulus of b, I am writing a and b, okay, because they are all scalars only. Now, when I add, what will I get? Therefore, modulus of a vector plus b vector the whole square plus modulus of a vector minus b vector the whole square. When I add, what will I get? When I add these two, 2 times a dot b and minus 2a dot b will get cancelled, giving you twice of modulus of a vector the whole square plus modulus of b vector the whole square. Okay, so this is a very, very important result. Okay, now you are given one more fact, you are given modulus of a plus b is 1. So 1 plus modulus of a vector minus b vector the whole square, and a vector and b vector, what sort of vectors they are? They are also unit vectors. Therefore you will get 2 into 1 plus 1. So modulus of a minus b the whole square is 3. So which means modulus of a minus b is root 3. The magnitude of the difference is root 3. Is it clear? So here we have used this idea that modulus of a plus b the whole square plus modulus of a minus b the whole square is equal to twice of a square plus b square. So once you understand that, if you know 1, since a, b are unit vectors and a plus b is also a unit vector, we are able to clearly solve for modulus of a minus b and show that its length is root 3. Is it clear, children? Now, a vector, next problem, a vector is given to be 2i minus j plus k. B vector is given to be I plus j minus 2k. You have to find lambda, okay, such that A vector is perpendicular to lambda b plus c. If A vector is perpendicular to lambda b plus c, what does that mean? A vector dot lambda b plus c equal to 0. Right? Now, what is lambda b plus c? Now, lambda from here, what is lambda b vector? Lambda b vector will be lambda times I plus j minus 2k. Okay. Now, what is lambda b plus c? C vector is also given. C vector is equal to I plus 3j minus k. Therefore, lambda b plus c will give you I into lambda plus 1 plus j into, here you have lambda plus 3 plus k into minus 2 lambda plus 1. I am looking at lambda b plus c, because lambda b plus c is perpendicular to A vector. Now, what is lambda b plus c? Lambda b is lambda times b, I plus j minus 2k. Okay. Now, what is c vector? C vector is given to be I plus 3j minus k. So, I am collecting the components of I, j and k while adding the respective components. So, when I look at I, the coefficient of I will be, here it is lambda, it is 1 here, so lambda plus 1, plus j into, here it is lambda, here it is 3, so lambda plus 3, plus k into minus 2 lambda. Since I have taken out k minus k outside, I will get minus 1. I have taken out plus k, so minus 2 lambda minus 1. Now, let us use the fact that its dot product with A vector is 0. A vector is what? 2i minus j plus k dot, I will use a square bracket, I into lambda plus 1 plus j into lambda plus 3 plus k into minus 2 lambda minus 1 equal to 0. So, how do you find the dot product of two vectors? It is term by term multiplication. So, 2 into lambda plus 1. Why? Because I dot j, j dot k are all 0. Because I, j, k are all mutually perpendicular unit vectors. So, 2 into lambda plus 1 minus 1 into lambda plus 3 plus 1 into minus 2 lambda minus 1 equal to 0. So, simplifying this, 2 lambda plus 2 minus lambda minus 3 minus 2 lambda minus 1 equal to 0. So, I am finding the dot product of A vector with lambda b plus c. The dot product is nothing but term by term, component by component multiplication. So, 2 times lambda plus 1 minus 1 into lambda plus 3 plus 1 into minus 2 lambda minus 1 equal to 0. So, this is 2 lambda plus 2 minus lambda minus 3 minus 2 lambda minus 1 equal to 0. So, collect the lambda terms. 2 lambda and minus 2 lambda gets cancelled. So, you are given, you get minus lambda, then what are the constants? 2 minus 3 minus 1 minus 2 equal to 0. See, I have taken the coefficients. 2 minus 3 is minus 1, minus 1 minus 1 is minus 2. Minus lambda is here. So, minus lambda is 2 or lambda is minus 2. So, this is the value of lambda for which this A vector is perpendicular to lambda b plus c. Is it clear? Now, find lambda when the scalar projection of A on B is 4 units. Yesterday only we derived, the earlier video that is, we derived what is scalar projection of A vector on B vector. The scalar projection of A vector on B vector is A dot B by modulus of B vector. Okay, this is, if you see the earlier video, I would have also given you how you get this formula. Now, you have to find lambda when the scalar projection of A vector. What is A vector? A vector is lambda I plus j plus 4k. What is B vector? 2i plus 6j plus 3k. So, now what is given? The projection is given to be 4. Scalar projection is 4 units. So, A dot B by modulus of B vector equal to 4. This is a given information. Okay. You have to, what is it that you need to find? Lambda. To find lambda. Now, what is A dot B? A dot B will be 2 lambda plus 6 plus 12. Able to follow? What is A dot B? Term by term, you have to look at the dot product. So, 2 lambda plus 6 plus 12 is A dot B by modulus of B vector, which is square root of 4 plus 36 plus 9. This 2i plus 6j plus 3k is the B vector. What is its length? Root of A square plus B square plus C square, which is 4 plus 36 plus 9. Now, This is A dot B by modulus of B vector is given to the 4. Okay, now simplifying this, you get 2 lambda plus 18 by 7, because we have square root of 49 is 4. That is 2 lambda plus 18 is equal to 28. So 2 lambda is 10 or lambda equal to 5. So the value of lambda is 5. So given the scalar projection, you are asked to find lambda. So please remember, the scalar projection of A vector on B vector is A dot B by modulus of B vector. If you are asked to find vector projection, this is the scalar, this is the magnitude of the vector followed by the unit vector. That is into B vector by modulus of B vector will give you vector projection. Now, A, B, C, D are points with position vectors. Find the projection of AB along CD. So, what is AB vector? Is position vector of B minus position vector of A. What is position vector? This is your A, and let me write here clearly. A, B, C, D are position vectors. So, position vector of A is I plus j minus k. Position vector of B is 2i minus j plus 3k. Position vector of C is 2i minus 3k. Position vector of D is 3i minus 2j plus k. I am writing because those letters look very small. So position vector of A is I plus j minus k, and the position vector of B is 2i minus j plus 3k. The position vector of AB will therefore be position vector of B minus position vector of A. So 2i minus I, then minus j minus 2j plus 3k minus of minus k will give you plus 4k. AB vector is position vector of B minus A. So 2i minus I is I, minus j is minus 2j, 3k plus k will give you 4k. Now what will be position vector of CD? This is AB vector. Now what will be CD vector? CD vector will be position vector of D minus position vector of C, which is, this is D and this is your C. So 3i minus 2i will be I, right? Minus 2j, there is no j term here, so minus 2j. Now plus k minus of minus 3k will give you plus 4k. 3i minus 2i is I, minus 2j minus 0j will be minus 2j, k minus of minus 3k will be 4k. Now, what is it you have to find? Projection of, let me call this as A vector and let me call this as B vector. Okay, let A vector be this. Now, projection of A vector on B vector is A dot B by modulus of B vector. So this will be I minus 2j plus 4k dot I minus 2j plus 4k. Both of them are same, is it? 3i minus 2i is I, minus 2j plus k minus of minus 3k, 2i minus I, minus 2j. Okay, interesting. So projection of this on this is this dot product divided by root of 1 plus 4 plus 16. This will give you 1 plus 4 plus 16 by root of root 21. 21 by root 21, which is 1 by root 21 units. Okay, so we have found the projection of AB on CD. So AB vector I have called as A vector. CD vector I have called as B vector. So projection of A on B is A dot B by modulus of B vector. So I have found A dot B divided by the modulus, the length of B vector, which is 1 plus 4 plus 16, which is root 21. So if I simplify this, I get 1 by root 21. I hope you enjoyed this session of Maths with RP. I hope you're enjoying as much as I do, and looking forward to more and more of mathematics with all of you. I hope you will remember to share, like, and subscribe. So until next time, goodbye.